Hello, my friend. Welcome back. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders. You are in a safe place to learn. Today, we are going to talk about something simple, something human, and something that happens every single week of your life. We are going to talk about weekend plans. And I want you to know something before we begin. If you ever felt nervous when someone asked you about your weekend, you are not alone. Many learners freeze in that moment. They know what they did or what they want to do, but English feels far away. Their thoughts are clear in their language, but not in English. That feeling is normal. That feeling is part of learning. And today, we will gently remove that fear together. When someone asks about your weekend, they are not testing you. They are not judging your grammar. They are simply making conversation. Native speakers do this all the time. They ask it at work. They ask it at school. They ask it in stores. They ask it in elevators. And once you understand a few simple phrases, you will realize something powerful. Talking about your weekend is one of the easiest conversations in English. Let us start with the most useful phrase of all. The phrase is, "I'm going to." This phrase helps you talk about future plans. It does not need perfection. It does not need long sentences. It only needs honesty. You can say, "I'm going to rest." You can say, "I'm going to stay at home." You can say, "I'm going to visit my family." Each sentence is short. Each sentence is correct. Each sentence is natural. When learners hear this phrase, they often think they need to add many words. They do not. Simple is strong. Imagine it is Friday afternoon. A coworker smiles and asks you, "What are you doing this weekend?" You feel that small fear inside. But this time you breathe. You speak slowly. You say, "I'm going to relax at home." The coworker nods. They smile. The conversation continues. Nothing bad happened. That moment matters. That is how confidence grows. Now, let us practice softly inside this narration. What are you going to do this weekend? Say it slowly. Say it clearly, even if it is only in your mind. Maybe you say, "I'm going to watch TV." Maybe you say, "I'm going to study English." Maybe you say, "I'm going to sleep." All of these answers are perfect. English does not need to be impressive. It needs to be real. Now, let us talk about another phrase that learners love. The phrase is, "I plan to." This phrase is useful when you want to sound organized. It sounds thoughtful. It sounds intentional. You might say, "I plan to clean my house." You might say, "I plan to practice English." You might say, I plan to meet my cousin. This phrase is often used at work or school. If your teacher asks about your weekend, you can say, I plan to review my lessons. That sounds confident. That sounds mature. And it is still simple English. But life is not always planned, and English understands that. Sometimes you do not know what you will do. Sometimes your weekend is open. In those moments, one phrase becomes very powerful. The phrase is, I'm not sure yet. This phrase removes pressure. It gives you time. It gives you space. You do not need to explain everything. You can simply say, I'm not sure yet. If you want, you can add a small idea. You can say, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll relax. That sounds natural. That sounds human. Another phrase that helps you sound relaxed is I might. This phrase is used when something is possible but not decided. You can say, I might go shopping. You can say, I might visit a friend. You can say, I might stay home. Many learners avoid this phrase because they think it is difficult. It is not. It stays the same every time. You do not change it. You just add a verb. This phrase helps you speak without fear of being wrong. Now, let us talk about asking other people about their weekend. Conversation is not only about answering. It is about connecting. One simple question can open a door. You can ask, what are you doing this weekend? This question is friendly. It is safe. It is used everywhere. You can also ask, do you have any plans for the weekend? This sounds polite and calm. When you ask this, you are not only practicing English, you are building relationships. When someone answers you, you do not need a long response. Many learners stay silent because they do not know what to say next. You can say simple things. You can say, that sounds nice. You can say, that sounds fun. You can say, that sounds relaxing. These phrases are small, but they are powerful. They keep the conversation alive. Let me tell you a longer story now. There was a student named Daniel. Every Monday morning, his co-workers talked about their weekends. They laughed. They shared stories. Daniel listened quietly. When someone asked him, how was your weekend? He answered with one word, good. Then he stopped. He felt embarrassed. He felt his English was too small. But English was not the problem. Confidence was. After learning these phrases, Daniel tried again. The next Monday, he said, it was good. I stayed at home and watched a movie. One coworker asked, what movie? Daniel answered slowly. The conversation continued. That moment changed him. He realized English does not need to be perfect to work. Now, let us practice again inside this narration. Imagine I ask you, what are you doing this weekend? Answer slowly. Imagine I ask, do you have any plans? Answer honestly. Imagine I ask, are you going to relax or go out? Answer in your own words. Each time you answer, you are training your brain. Each time you speak, fear becomes smaller. You can also talk about your weekend using simple activity words. Words like relax, rest, visit, watch, cook, clean, study, walk, and sleep. These words are easy. These words are powerful. You can say, I'm going to cook at home. You can say, I plan to walk in the park. You can say, I might study English for 30 minutes. These sentences describe real life. That is why they work. Now, let us talk about after the weekend. Many learners forget this part. On Monday, people ask, how was your weekend? This is another chance to practice. You can say, it was good. You can say, it was relaxing. You can say, it was quiet. You can add one detail. I watched a movie. I stayed at home. I visited my family. One sentence is enough. 2 sentences are great. Here is your gentle practice challenge. Every Friday, ask yourself out loud, what am I doing this weekend? Answer in English. Every Saturday, describe what you are doing right now. Every Monday, ask yourself, how was my weekend? Answer in English. Speak slowly. Smile. Do not rush. Remember this. English is not about talent. It is about repetition. It is about courage. It is about using simple phrases again and again until they feel like home. You are already learning. You are already improving. And with every weekend conversation, English becomes a natural part of your life.